Okay, so let's talk fears. I had a ton of fears before I started coaching. And you know what? I probably still have a fear every now and then, but it's gotten, you know, fewer and farther between, that's for sure. Before I started coaching, I was terrified of everything. I was terrified mostly about people's judgment towards me. You know, the old, who does she think she is? You know, how does she think she can be a coach? She doesn't have all this, nutrition background, and, she's just a stay at home mom. How does she think she's going to lead others? And, you know, all that chitter chatter that gets going, right? My other fear as well was failing, just getting into the coaching business and then being a stay at home mom with busy kids and homeschooling. That takes a lot of my time. And I was fearful that I would get into it and that I wouldn't have enough time to properly be a coach, that I wouldn't have enough time to put into my business. But the great thing about this business is it's yours. You can do as little or as much as you want. Really, if I have an hour that day, I throw an hour at it. If it's on the weekend, we're just having a lazy day and I have 4 solid hours, I plan things out. I make things easier for me the next week. I get things sorted on those days when I have that extra time. So I use my time to my advantage, and I don't always have to have a big expanse of time in a day. It's my business. If I want to, do a ton and get a ton accomplished, then I can. And on those days, where I have sick babes and they need to snuggle on the couch and we don't have a lot of time, then that's fine too. It's whatever works for me, which is a huge bonus. So there was, that fear was automatically gone. Fear of judgment of people, it gets easier. It did get easier. The thing is I didn't have to be a professional. I didn't have to be, this huge fitness guru with a six pack and, had been working out for a decade. I just needed to be someone who understood, where you were starting. I was that person because I had just been there. It had only been a year since I had started my journey. So I know, what my challengers are feeling. I know their struggles. Sometimes I still struggle with those same things. So I didn't need all of this expanse of knowledge. I just needed to be relatable. I just needed to know where they were coming from and how to help them, go through their journey. And I had done that, so I could be that for them. I know the programs work. I know the nutrition system works. I know that being at home, working out, and having an accountability group that I can check in with every day works. So that fear has kind of been kiboshed. I am so much more passionate about helping people than I am fearful of judgment of people. So that's it. It was an easy trade-off for me once I saw, how much more enjoyable people's lives were once they got going on their journeys. Just how thankful they were for having somebody there that they could relate to help them along their journey and get them, started on their goals. Kind of that fear of judgment from other people just kind of went on the back burner. It just didn't matter to me anymore. So who knows, next week I might have a new fear. Videos is one of them, so busting that fear today. Yeah, so, there's always fears. We will always find something, but the rewards in this, career are so much greater than the fears that we think about. So